We all love a good lengthy gaming session where you can really soak up the atmosphere and immerse yourself in the story of whatever you're playing. But sometimes you just want to hop in, have some fun, and dash back out again. So with that in mind, here are 10 games that are absolutely perfect for that sort of snack-sized entertainment.
First on our list is Hades, which features a beautifully realised, incredibly atmospheric version of the Greek underworld, as well as some of the sharpest, silliest, and sweetest writing you will find anywhere on Xbox, I promise. But it's also amazing if you really just need to wail on a Minotaur for a couple of minutes. Because in Hades, you're never more than a few seconds away from some skull-cleaving action. Just hop out of that bedroom window and start off on another run through the fiery depths. The game's combat is unfailingly slick and satisfying, trust me, while the procedurally generated chambers and massive banquet of godly powers ensure that each new escapade feels totally fresh, making it the perfect pick-me-up game when you just need a quick jolt of excitement. Plus, if you're an Xbox Game Pass member, it's right there waiting for you, and you can even stream it over the cloud to get your mythical fix wherever you happen to be. Even Zeus himself would tremble at such almighty gaming power.
As anyone who spent their school breaks ruining shoes and endangering windows knows, 15 minutes is plenty of time for a good kickabout. And when you switch out the players for rocket-powered race cars, you can even get that down to a very tight 5. Rocket League is one of the most perfectly snackable games in existence because the premise is so simple and the action is so frantic. 2 teams, 5 minutes, 1 ball, well, off you go. This massively popular free-to-play game is so straightforward that you'll have the basics down in seconds. At the same time, each game that passes will reveal new strategies, tricks, and nuances so that you'll always feel like you're evolving as a player. Plus, you get to blow folk up, and that's always a good time, especially for Xbox Series X and S players who get to watch the pieces fly in up to 4K and a staggering 120 FPS. And there's always something new to see too, with iconic cars from across the pop culture world roaring onto the field, like James Bond's iconic Aston Martin, for example.
But if you fancy a slightly more lifelike version of the beautiful game, then FIFA 22 is also a great option. Actually, slightly more lifelike and might be a little bit underselling it. This year, actually, the FIFA team decided to slap motion capture suits on professional players while they took part in a full-size 11 versus 11 match. The end result is something called hypermotion technology, and it really is poetry in motion, adding new animations and incredible realism to every delicate first touch, balletic hip swivel, and brutish shoulder barge. Fire it up on an Xbox Series X and you'll barely be able to distinguish it from the real thing thanks to the 4K resolution and 60 frames per second frame rate. Plus, just like with Hades and Rocket League, quick resume means you can hop straight off the bench and into the action in just a matter of seconds. EA Play are even offering a free 10-hour trial to help members get themselves warmed up, which means that Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscribers are going to be happy about that one.
Platform fighting is perfect for quick bursts of intense, hilarious action, and it looks like there's a new contender for the genre's crown with the release of Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. The setup here is exactly as you'd expect. You try to send your opponent flying off the screen using a mixture of attacks, special moves, and throws. But by filling the roster with Nickelodeon alumni, All-Star Brawl takes on a flavor that's unlike any platform fighter you've played before. I mean, where else do you get to watch Patrick Star squaring off against Nigel Thornberry? Or see how Toph's almighty earthbending powers fare against an adversary like Powder Toast Man? Or do literally anything involving CatDog? It's all totally ridiculous in all the best ways, perfect for getting in a few quick giggles when you need them.
If you often spend your days thinking dark, dangerous thoughts about the people you work with, Among Us is probably the perfect source of some quick-fire catharsis. This hit multiplayer game puts you in amongst an adorable multicolored space crew who are just trying to get things shipshape while one team member is secretly trying to off all the others. Each game is basically a digital murder mystery party condensed in a tidy handful of minutes, and with the added satisfaction of watching your colleagues getting shoved out of an airlock when they failed to take your advice. Among Us is available right now on Xbox Game Pass for PC and will eventually be there for console gamers too, with a ton of new additions and updates planned to keep things fresh for everyone. So make sure you hit that subscribe button right now to keep up to date with all the latest Xbox Game Pass additions when they're announced.
But if committing your friends to a silent demise in the icy abyss of space seems a little harsh, maybe you'd rather just pelt them with dodgeballs. In that case, Knockout City should be your game of choice for some bite-sized fun. Booting up this game launches you straight into the colour-soaked cartoon world of Dodge Brawl. It's basically just like the game you played in high school, only with more power-ups, huge arenas, and the chance that someone might pick you up and toss you off a skyscraper. From the instant a match starts to the moment that final, fateful ball finds its target, Knockout City is a pure adrenaline rush of a game that's a sure way to jumpstart even the laziest afternoon. Plus, no matter how frantic the gameplay gets, Xbox Series X and S players can enjoy it at a fluid 60 FPS.
Now, if you want even more firepower, Splitgate might be the way to go. This free-to-play shooter is basically built upon the classic Halo template, so it's absolutely perfect if you just want to dive into an online deathmatch and get to blasting, no questions asked. But the thing that sets Splitgate apart from all those who came before can be summed up in just one simple word: portals. You know, portals, like the game Portal. Yeah, you got it, portals. The technical, tactical, and sheer mischief-making possibilities which these open up are pretty much endless. You could pull off impossible shots by firing through them, escape from enemy ambushes with a dimension-shattering escape hatch, or just go around chucking grenades through everyone to see where they end up. Who knows?
If you're looking for a fun-sized slice of gaming, then it only makes sense to go for a game where everything has been shrunk down to teeny tiny proportions, right? Well then, let me introduce you to my good friend, Hot Wheels Unleashed. By recreating tons of those iconic toys in astonishing detail, Hot Wheels Unleashed has provided an arcade racing game that is sure to delight nostalgic parents and their car-crazy kids in equal measure. It's also an absolute treat for the eyes, especially in 4K on the Xbox Series X, with both the cars themselves and the everyday environments that tower over them rendered in incredible detail. And most importantly, it's just a heck of a lot of fun to speed around a toy track, putting the pedal to the, plastic in your pursuit of miniature racing glory.
Or if you're chasing a different brand of nostalgia-laden four-wheeled fun, there's also the beautiful remake of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. There's no better way to clear your mind and relax your soul than hopping on a board, soaring into the air, and pulling off a few badass tricks. And while nailing some sick stunts was great fun in the originals, the remastered visuals make the whole thing feel way more cinematic, with the game running all the way up to 120 frames per second on the Xbox Series X and S. Best of all, quick resume means that you can pause and then jump back in wherever you left off next time you're ready to roll again. Just try to avoid leaving yourself hanging in midair, otherwise you could be in for a surprise next time you pick up the controller, alright folks?
Last up, we've got Totally Accurate Battle Simulator, which just recently graduated from a game preview to a fully formed game. We're all so very proud. And we're all very happy because no game guarantees a plentiful helping of slapstick hilarity more than Tabs. Partly that's because you can pick armies from all across history and beyond, meaning you can pit Stone Age weaponry against Renaissance devices, or just throw in a bunch of wizards to see what happens. And partly it's because wherever your army is drawn from, they will all be incredibly floppy. The result is a game which just cannot help but make you smile. No matter what else has been going on in your day, watching two armies of wobbly fighters charge at each other with the elegance of a rubberized giraffe is sure to make you feel at least a little bit better. And since it's available via the cloud thanks to Xbox Game Pass, you can set up a quick battle whenever inspiration strikes. So if you're waiting for the bus and realize you've never seen Leonardo da Vinci fight a woolly mammoth before, well, the solution is right at your fingertips.
Thank you so much for watching today's video, everyone. Be sure to let us know what your quickfire game of choice is in the comments down below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that lovely little bell. Bye!